Thursday of the first week in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the first book of Samuel. The Philistines gathered for an attack on Israel. Israel went out to engage them in battle and camped at Ebenezer, while the Philistines camped at Aphek. The Philistines then drew up in battle formation against Israel. After a fierce struggle, Israel was defeated by the Philistines, who slew about 4,000 men on the battlefield. When the troops retired to the camp, the elders of Israel said, "Why has the Lord permitted us to be defeated today by the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the Lord from Shiloh, that it may go into battle among us and save us from the grasp of our enemies." So the people sent to Shiloh and brought from there the ark of the Lord of hosts, who is enthroned upon the cherubim. The two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were with the ark of God. When the ark of the Lord arrived in the camp, all Israel shouted so loudly that the earth resounded. The Philistines, hearing the noise of shouting, asked, "What can this loud shouting in the camp of the Hebrews mean?" On learning that the ark of the Lord had come into the camp, the Philistines were frightened. They said, "Gods have come to their camp." They said also, "Woe to us! This has never happened before. Woe to us! Who can deliver us from the power of these mighty gods? These are the gods that struck the Egyptians with various plagues and with pestilence. Take courage and be manly, Philistines. Otherwise, you will become slaves to the Hebrews, as they were your slaves. So fight manfully." The Philistines fought, and Israel was defeated. Every man fled to his own tent. It was a disastrous defeat in which Israel lost 30,000 foot soldiers. The ark of God was captured, and Eli's two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were among the dead. The word of the Lord.
The responsorial psalm. The response is, "Redeem us, Lord, because of your mercy." Yet now you have cast us off and put us in disgrace, and you go not forth with our armies. You have let us be driven back by our foes. Those who hated us plundered us at will. Redeem us, Lord, because of your mercy. You made us the reproach of our neighbors, the mockery and the scorn of those around us. You made us a byword among the nations, a laughing stock among the peoples. Redeem us, Lord, because of your mercy. Why do you hide your face, forgetting our woe and our oppression? For our souls are bowed down to the dust, our bodies are pressed to the earth. Redeem us, Lord, because of your mercy.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. A leper came to him, and kneeling down begged him and said, "If you wish, you can make me clean." Moved with pity, he stretched out his hand, touched the leper, and said to him, "I do will it. Be made clean." The leprosy left him immediately, and he was made clean. Then, warning him sternly, he dismissed him at once. Then he said to him, "See that you tell no one anything, but go, show yourself to the priest, and offer for your cleansing what Moses prescribed. That will be proof for them." The man went away and began to publicize the whole matter. He spread the report abroad so that it was impossible for Jesus to enter a town openly. He remained outside in deserted places, and people kept coming to him from everywhere. The Gospel of the Lord.
The first reading comes from 1 Samuel 4, 1 to 11. We hear about a battle between the Israelites and the Philistines. Now the Philistines were actually Greek refugees who had settled along the seashore of Israel. And they were very powerful because they had one ability that the Jews did not have. They knew how to smelt iron. so their weapons were much more powerful than the copper and bronze weapons of the Israelites. The Philistines are going to attack the Israelites, and so the Israelites go into battle with the Ark of the Covenant at its head. The people shout out because they recognize that the Ark of the Covenant represents the very presence of God, so they believe they can't lose. The difficulty is they're actually manipulating God. They're using God as a totem rather than really dedicating themselves to the service of God. Because of that, they're defeated by the Philistines, and in fact, the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, are killed in the battle. The Gospel is from Mark 1, 40-45. Yesterday we heard that Jesus went all throughout Galilee preaching the good news and also healing people. Well, today we see one example of that healing, a leper. The leper goes up to Jesus, says, "If you wish, you can make me clean." Jesus says, "I do will it, be clean." And Jesus sends him to the priest so that his healing might be certified. Now we have to realize we don't know for sure that this is really Hansen's disease, what we call leprosy today. It might have simply have been some form of eczema. Any sort of skin abnormality was considered leprosy in those days. People were excluded from society. Jesus, by healing him, is bringing him back into society. He is allowing him to be part of the people of Israel once again. What is the response of the people? News about this spreads all throughout the region, so much so that Jesus has to stay in deserted places because people are flocking to him. Again, this is very important because almost immediately after this, we hear about the opposition of the Pharisees, that in spite of the fact that Jesus has shown his authority, the very authority of God, they're not willing to accept his message. And may God bless us.